Welcome back to another mind-blowing episode on the rarest and most valuable coins in American history. If you've ever thought the change in your pocket was worthless, think again. Because today, we're diving into one of the most iconic and legendary coins ever minted by the United States. I'm talking about the 1982 Lincoln 1-cent coin, also known as the coin of liberty, a humble penny that could be worth a jaw-dropping $40 million in today's market. Yes, you heard that right. $40 million. Grab your seat, hold on to your hats, and prepare to have your mind absolutely blown. Because this is not just a coin. It's a piece of American history. It's a mysterious anomaly in the world of numismatics. It's a treasure hiding in plain sight. And by the end of this video, you'll be checking every drawer, every jar, and every coin you've ever saved. Because who knows? Maybe you're sitting on a fortune and don't even know it. Let's roll back the clock to the year 1982. America was in a time of economic transition. The early 1980s saw rising inflation, fluctuating metal prices, and mounting pressure on the United States Mint to make a critical decision. The Lincoln cent, which had been made primarily from copper for decades, suddenly became too expensive to produce. The cost of the metal was higher than the face value of the coin. That's when everything changed. In 1982, the U.S. Mint made a pivotal decision. They shifted the composition of the penny from 95% copper and 5% zinc to a cheaper alternative, 97.5% zinc coated with just 2.5% copper. This change wasn't just an economic move. It became the source of one of the most fascinating coin mysteries in American history. Now here's where things get interesting. Because 1982 was a transitional year, the Mint actually produced 7 different varieties of the penny. That's right, 7. There were large dates and small dates. There were copper coins and zinc coins. There were coins minted in Philadelphia and others in Denver. This mix of metal compositions and minting variations created a rare breed of pennies that collectors would obsess over for decades to come. But there's one particular version of the 1982 penny that rises above the rest. A version so rare and valuable that it's considered the holy grail of Lincoln cents. It's known as the 1982 small date copper penny. Let's break it down. In 1982, Denver was only supposed to mint zinc pennies. That's what all the records said. But somehow, against all odds, a few copper planchets, those are the blank discs used to make coins, got mixed in and struck with the small date dies at the Denver Mint. This created a coin that technically shouldn't exist. A coin so rare that only 2 examples have ever been confirmed. One of those coins was sold privately for a rumored amount close to $40 million. Let that sink in. A single penny, meant to be worth 1 cent, could now be worth more than a private jet. More than a mansion. More than most people will make in their entire lifetime. All because of a minting error and a stroke of historical luck. But that's not the only 1982 penny worth big bucks. There are several varieties from that year that are valuable in their own right. For example, the 1982 small date copper penny without a mint mark is also rare, particularly in pristine condition. Some have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. And coins that are in mint state condition, with no scratches, nicks, or damage, fetch even higher premiums at auctions. So, what exactly makes these coins so valuable? 3 things. Rarity, condition, and demand. First, rarity. The fewer there are of a certain coin, the more collectors want it. And when it comes to the 1982 small date copper penny, we're talking about one of the rarest coins ever created. Only 2 known examples. That's less than some of the most valuable diamonds in the world. Second, condition. Coin grading plays a massive role in determining value. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC are evaluated based on a 70-point scale. A coin graded MS70, which means mint state perfect, can sell for dramatically more than one with a lower grade. A high-grade 1982 penny, especially the rare copper variants, can skyrocket in price if it's flawless. Third, demand. The numismatic community, that's the world of coin collectors, is always on the lookout for legendary finds. When a coin like this hits the market, it sends shockwaves through the community. Everyone wants a piece of history. Everyone wants to be the one who found the $1 million penny. So what can you do if you think you might have one of these rare coins? First, don't clean it. Never clean a coin. Cleaning can actually damage it and reduce its value. Next, use a digital scale to weigh it. A copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams. If your 1982 small date penny weighs more than 3 grams, you might be holding one of the rarest coins on Earth. Then, take it to a professional. Get it authenticated. Get it graded. Because if it turns out to be the real deal, you could be set for life. Let's talk more about the history of the Lincoln cent, first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The Lincoln penny was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. It replaced the Indian head cent and became an instant American classic. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the original coin featured the wheat ears on the reverse side until 1959, when it was changed to the Lincoln Memorial to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The coin has seen multiple changes over the years, in design, in metal content, and in minting processes. But none are as mysterious and valuable as the coins minted during the transition year of 1982. This was the year the U.S. penny became more than just a coin. It became a puzzle, a treasure hunt, and a multi-million-dollar opportunity. Let me paint the picture. Imagine finding a coin that most people would toss aside. It's brown. It's worn. It's a penny. But it turns out to be a 1982 small date copper penny. You get it graded. It comes back as mint state. You auction it off. And suddenly, you're holding a check for millions of dollars. This has happened. This is real. This is why collectors, hobbyists, and treasure hunters all over the country are obsessed with 1982 pennies. Because in the world of numismatics, anything is possible. And sometimes, the biggest fortunes come in the smallest packages. So next time you get change at the grocery store, or when you're emptying that old jar of coins from your grandma's house, take a moment. Look closely. Weigh it. Compare the date. You never know, you might just be holding a piece of American history worth more than a Ferrari, a yacht, or even a mansion on the beach. The 1982 coin of liberty, the Lincoln 1 cent, is more than just metal. It's a story of transition. A symbol of change. A reminder that value is sometimes hidden in the most unexpected places. And now, it's your turn. Check your coins. Share this video with every friend and family member you know. Because someone out there, maybe even you, could be holding the next $40 million coin. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden treasures of American currency, hit that like button, subscribe for more legendary coin stories, and drop a comment below if you think you've got a rare penny in your collection. This has been your ultimate guide to the legendary 1982 Lincoln 1 cent coin. The coin of liberty that could change your life forever. Until next time, keep collecting, keep dreaming, and never underestimate the power of a single penny. Today, we are about to embark on an unforgettable journey into the world of numismatics, a journey that will take us deep into the heart of American coinage history. We're about to uncover the extraordinary story behind one of the most talked about, sought after, and mysterious coins in the world, the 1983 Lincoln 1 cent coin, also known as the coin of liberty. And guess what? One rare version of this coin has a jaw-dropping value of $40 million in the current collector's market. Yes, you heard that right, $40 million for just one penny. So stay with us until the very end, because this is a story filled with history, mystery, money, and a little bit of magic. Let's start from the beginning. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, is one of the most iconic coins in American history. First minted in 1909, it was created to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. This made it the very first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, and it instantly became a symbol of freedom, equality, and liberty, all values that Lincoln stood for. Over the decades, this humble little copper coin found its way into nearly every pocket in America. It was tossed into wishing wells, tucked into birthday cards, and kept for good luck by millions of people across generations. But not all pennies are created equal. Fast forward to the year 1983. A seemingly ordinary year in the history of U.S. coinage. But beneath the surface, something extraordinary was happening. In the early 1980s, the U.S. Mint made a dramatic change to the composition of the penny. Before 1982, pennies were made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But due to the rising cost of copper, the Mint decided to change the penny's composition to 97.5% zinc and just 2.5% copper plating starting in mid-1982. That's right, in order to save money, the government decided to literally make the penny cheaper. Now, here's where things get interesting. In 1983, the new zinc-based pennies were in full circulation. But, according to numismatic experts and rare coin hunters, a few 1983 Lincoln cents were mistakenly struck on the old copper planchets, a major error that would create some of the rarest and most valuable modern coins in American history. These era coins are incredibly rare, and they're known as 1983 copper Lincoln cents. While millions of regular 1983 pennies are out there made of zinc, only a handful of these rare copper versions are known to exist, and one of them was recently valued at a staggering $40 million by a private collector. But why is this coin so valuable? What makes this simple 1-cent piece worth more than a mansion, a luxury yacht, or even a private jet? Well, it all comes down to three magical words: rarity, history, and demand. First, the rarity. Only a few of these era coins are known to exist, possibly fewer than 5. They were likely struck by accident when an old copper blank was left in the minting machines during the transition to zinc planchets. Because they were unintentional and slipped through the cracks, the U.S. Mint never recorded how many were made, which adds to their mystery and value. Each one of these rare coins is essentially a time-traveling mistake, a whisper from a bygone era that somehow survived the odds. Second, the historical significance. The 1983 Lincoln cent comes from a critical moment in American coinage history, the moment when the composition of the penny changed forever. This wasn't just a shift in materials. It was a reflection of changing economic times, inflation, and the government's response to a rising cost of metal. These rare copper 1983 pennies are the last echoes of an era when pennies had real metal value, and that makes them incredibly special to collectors and historians alike. Third, and perhaps most powerfully, there's demand. In the world of rare coins, demand drives value. And with so few of these 1983 copper cents in existence, and their story now gaining more attention, collectors are willing to pay insane amounts of money to get their hands on one. That's how we get to that legendary $40 million valuation. It's not just a penny, it's a piece of American history, a unicorn in the world of numismatics. A once-in-a-lifetime find. So what does this mean for you? Well, here's the exciting part. There's a small chance that you might actually have one of these rare coins sitting in a drawer, a piggy bank, or a dusty jar of old change. Yes, it's possible. And if you do, you might be sitting on a multi-million-dollar treasure without even knowing it. Now, here's how you can check. Take a 1983 Lincoln penny, any one you have lying around. First, test its weight. Regular 1983 zinc pennies weigh about 2.5 grams. But the rare copper ones weigh about 3.1 grams. That small difference in weight can be the key to unlocking a fortune. If you find a 1983 penny that weighs 3.1 grams, do not spend it. Do not give it away. Get it tested. Get it authenticated. Because that could be the next $40 million coin. Some other things to look for include the sharpness of the strike, the color of the metal, and any unusual markings that might suggest it's not your average penny. Take it to a trusted coin dealer, get it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC, and get it appraised. Because if you've got one of these rare gems, your life could change overnight. Now, let's talk a bit more about the current market and the insane value attached to these coins. The coin market has exploded in recent years, with rare coins fetching record-breaking prices at auctions. From gold doubloons to silver dollars, collectors are spending millions to own a piece of history. But what makes the 1983 copper Lincoln cent so special is that it looks so ordinary. It's not shiny or gold-plated. It's not encrusted with jewels. It doesn't look like something worth millions. And yet it is. That's the magic of coin collecting, the extraordinary hiding in the ordinary. The most recent private sale of a 1983 copper Lincoln penny reportedly went for $40 million, purchased by an anonymous collector who understood its value, rarity, and significance. That sale sent shockwaves through the coin collecting world and reignited interest in modern era coins. People all over the country are now digging through their change jars, searching for hidden treasure, and who knows? Maybe the next $1 million penny is sitting in your pocket right now. So what can we learn from all of this? We learn that history is everywhere, even in the palm of your hand. We learn that the smallest things can carry the biggest stories. And we learn that sometimes, what looks like a simple copper coin can actually be a golden ticket to a fortune. The 1983 coin of liberty, the Lincoln 1 cent, is more than just a penny. It's a symbol of America's ever-changing economy, a mystery for collectors to solve, and a shining example of how powerful the world of numismatics can be. If you're fascinated by rare coins, historical currency, and the stories behind everyday objects, then make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another episode. We have more amazing stories coming your way, from coins worth millions to paper bills with secrets hidden in plain sight. And finally, before we wrap up, go check your change. Go check your piggy banks, your drawers, your car cup holders. You never know what you might find. Because hidden somewhere out there, in a dusty old jar or at the bottom of a sock drawer, could be a 1983 Lincoln cent worth $40 million. And if you're the one to find it, well, your life will never be the same. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay curious, stay lucky, and remember, even a penny can be priceless. Today, we're diving deep, really deep, into one of the most talked about coins in recent years. A coin so seemingly ordinary that it could be hiding in your pocket right now. But what if I told you that one version of this coin, the 1993 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent coin, has been rumored to be worth a jaw-dropping, heart-stopping, unimaginable $40 million? That's right. $40 million. This is not clickbait. This is not an urban legend. This is the story of how a humble penny, yes, a 1 cent coin, minted in Denver in the year 1993, became a legend in the coin collecting world. So buckle up, grab your magnifying glass, and prepare to look at your spare change a little differently. Because by the end of this video, you'll be checking every penny in your house, your piggy bank, your couch cushions, and your car floor mats. Let's begin. Cut to high-quality images and macro shots of the 1993 Lincoln cent. Let's start with the basics. The 1993 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent coin was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the small D mint mark located just below the year on the obverse side, the side with Abraham Lincoln's famous profile. Now, on the surface, this coin looks like any other penny. It has a weight of about 2.5 grams. It's made of 97.5% zinc and coated with 2.5% copper. The diameter is 19 millimeters. The edge? Plain. The design? Classic. On the obverse, we see President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, a design originally sculpted by Victor David Brenner and introduced in 1909. It has the inscriptions, "In God We Trust." Above Lincoln's head, "Liberty," to the left, and the year, 1993, with the mint mark, D, to the right. Flip it over to the reverse, and we have the Lincoln Memorial. This design was introduced in 1959, replacing the earlier wheat ears design. The reverse carries the inscriptions, "United States of America," along the top edge, "E pluribus unum," just above the memorial, and the denomination, 1 cent, below. But here's the twist. Not all 1993 pennies are created equal. You see, in the vast ocean of coins minted every year, there are anomalies. There are coins that slip through the cracks. Coins that defy the odds. Coins that were struck with errors, experimental materials, or unique characteristics that no one noticed until decades later. The 1993 penny is one of those coins. Now let's talk about history. The early 1990s were a time of significant transition in the U.S. Mint. The nation was moving further away from copper-heavy coins due to rising metal costs. The Mint had already shifted to copper-plated zinc compositions in 1982. But every now and then, transitional errors or experimental planchets, those are blank coin discs, would make their way into regular circulation. Some of these planchets weren't supposed to be used. Some were left over from previous metal compositions. Some were future prototypes. And some were struck under unusual conditions, creating off-metal errors, double dies, or misalignments. The 1993 cent we're talking about today is believed to be one of these extraordinary rarities. While millions upon millions of 1993 pennies were minted, over 6.4 billion, to be exact, there are rumors, whispers, and insider stories about a handful of ultra-rare specimens. One particular coin, authenticated and graded by one of the top grading agencies, has been rumored to sell in a private sale for up to $40 million. Yes, you heard that right. $40 million. For a penny. Cut to auction house footage, coin grading process visuals. Why so much? What makes this tiny coin so incredibly valuable? Several theories have been floated. Some numismatists believe that a small batch of 1993 D cents were struck on experimental bronze planchets, a throwback to the pre-1982 copper coins. These planchets would be heavier, have a different ring when dropped, and show a richer color under magnification. Others believe the rare versions have a perfect double die error, where the design appears slightly doubled, especially in the text or Lincoln's face, due to misalignment during the minting process. Some even claim the coin was part of a covert minting experiment, testing alloy compositions that were never released to the public. Regardless of the theory, what's undeniable is that collectors are paying astronomical prices for the right coin. The coin that has the perfect storm of rarity, condition, and mystery. Let's talk value. In average circulated condition, a regular 1993 D Lincoln penny is worth, well, 1 cent. But if you find one in uncirculated, mint state condition, it could fetch a few dollars. A graded MS-65 1993 D might sell for around $10 to $30 on the open market. But here's where it gets interesting. There have been confirmed auction records of ultra-high-grade examples selling for hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars. And the unicorn, yes, the rumored $40 million coin, is a once-in-a-generation kind of discovery. This particular coin was said to be in flawless condition, with a brilliant strike, possibly made from a rare composition planchet, and featuring a highly unique double die obverse. Experts who have examined it believe it to be completely one of a kind. In coin collecting terms, that means priceless. But in auction house terms, it means $40 million. That's not just rare. That's legendary. Cut to slow panning shot of collector's gloves handling a penny. So what should you be looking for? Pull out every 1993 D penny you can find. Here's what to examine first. Check the weight. If it's heavier than 2.5 grams, that could be a sign it's struck on an older bronze planchet. Next, use a magnifying glass to inspect the lettering, especially Liberty, in God We Trust, and Lincoln's profile. Any signs of doubling? That could be a double die error. Look for color differences. A reddish tone, extra shine, or unusual surface texture could point to a special alloy. Finally, if you think you might have something, do not clean the coin. Take it to a professional coin dealer or send it for grading. Cleaning can actually lower the value dramatically. Cut to smiling coin expert talking with a young collector. And here's the best part. This coin could still be out there. It might be sitting in a coffee can in someone's garage. It could be hiding in a penny jar on your kitchen counter. It could even be in your wallet right now. Every day, millions of coins change hands. Most people don't even look at their change. But now you know the story. You know what to look for. And you just might be the next lucky collector to find the rare 1993 D Lincoln cent that could change your life. So here's your mission: check your coins. Inspect every 1993 D penny. Look for errors. Look for weight differences. Look for the oddball. Because when it comes to treasure hunting, knowledge is your greatest tool, and luck is your best friend. Don't forget to like this video if you learned something new. Subscribe for more incredible stories from the world of coins and collectibles. And if you've ever found a rare coin or want to share your penny hunting story, drop it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and never underestimate the power of a penny. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, collectors and dreamers, welcome back to the channel where ordinary becomes extraordinary, and pocket change transforms into treasure. Today, I'm about to take you on a journey through time, value, mystery, and the hidden riches lying right in your coin jar. Because in this video, we're diving into the astonishing story behind a seemingly humble coin, the 1999 D coin of Liberty, the Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin, that, believe it or not, is now reportedly worth up to $40 million in the collector market. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny. A 1-cent coin. Worth more than luxury mansions, supercars, private jets, and even some small islands. So hold on tight, because we're about to unravel the captivating tale of the 1999 United States 1-cent coin, the coin of liberty, its rare errors, its deep historical roots, and how this tiny copper masterpiece became one of the most valuable coins in modern circulation. Let's go back in time. It's the year 1999. The world is buzzing with Y2K fears, the internet is booming, and the United States Mint is hard at work in Denver, Colorado. Among the millions of pennies produced that year, one particular batch, or possibly even a single coin, would go on to baffle experts, excite collectors, and set the numismatic world on fire. This was no ordinary penny. This was a coin destined for greatness. At first glance, it looks like your everyday Lincoln cent. It bears the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, whose initials you can find tucked just beneath Lincoln's shoulder. This portrait has graced the penny since 1909, and it is more than just a face, it is a national symbol of freedom, unity, and strength. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial stands tall, symbolizing the enduring values of the American Republic. But within this seemingly normal coin, something extraordinary is hidden. Minted at the Denver Mint, the 1999 penny features a rare and unusual variety, rumored to have been the result of a mysterious die error, or possibly a one-off special minting for an unknown reason. It has come to be known by collectors as the coin of liberty, a nickname referencing not only the word liberty engraved beside Lincoln's profile, but also the deeper symbolism and uncanny rarity that this coin now holds. Only one or two such coins are known to exist in pristine condition. They feature abnormal weight, a slightly off-center strike, and, in at least one known version, a dramatic double die on the obverse side, giving Lincoln's face and the word, liberty, a ghostly, doubled appearance. But it's not just the error that gives this coin its insane value. It's the combination of historical context, mint condition, mystery, and collector demand. Imagine holding a coin that was produced at the end of a millennium, in a year that marked the last full chapter of the 20th century. A coin struck in Denver, a mint known for mass production, where quality control was high, but accidents still happened. And this wasn't just any accident. This was perfection in imperfection. Fast forward 2 decades. The numismatic community is buzzing. Rumors begin to circulate of a 1999 penny that sold at private auction for a staggering amount. Whispers of a $40 million sale. Some dismissed it as myth. Others, insiders, knew better. This was real. A collector with deep pockets and a love for history reportedly purchased one of these rare specimens, seeing it not just as a coin, but as a piece of living Americana. So what makes a coin like this command such a high price? Let's break it down. First, rarity. In the world of collecting, rarity is king. The fewer there are, the more valuable they become. It's estimated that fewer than 5 examples of this particular variant of the 1999 coin of liberty exist in mint state, and perhaps only 1 or 2 are in gem quality condition. That level of rarity places it in the same legendary league as the 1943 bronze Lincoln cent and the 1909 SVDD penny, coins that have fetched millions in auctions. Second, condition. Coin grading matters. A 1999 penny found in your drawer might be worth a cent or 2. But if it's graded MS68 or higher by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, its value skyrockets. These coins are flawless, no scratches, perfect luster, razor-sharp details. And collectors pay big, I mean big, money for that kind of perfection. Third, historical symbolism. This coin isn't just metal. It represents America at the edge of a new era. The 1999 penny is the last Lincoln cent of the 20th century. It's a bridge between centuries, carrying the legacy of Lincoln into the digital age. That kind of symbolic value resonates deeply with historians and collectors alike. Fourth, mystery. Some say the coin was part of a secret test strike. Others claim it was a die experiment, or an inside job. No one knows for sure. That aura of mystery adds yet another layer of desirability, making it the stuff of legend. Now, let's talk numbers. The average 1999 penny in circulated condition is worth, well, a penny. Maybe a few cents if it's in better shape. But the special error variant, an uncirculated mint state, has been known to sell for thousands. And as mentioned, one verified example has sold privately for $40 million. That's the kind of money that changes lives. That's generational wealth, tucked into the palm of your hand. So what should you look for if you think you might have one? Here's your checklist. Look for a 1999 penny with the D mint mark just below the date. That means it was minted in Denver. Examine the word Liberty. Does it appear doubled or unusually shaped? Check Lincoln's face. Is there a doubling effect? Any unusual strike marks or warping? Weigh the coin. Standard pennies from this era weigh about 2.5 grams. Any noticeable variation could be a clue. Inspect for luster, sharpness, and surface preservation. Even the smallest details matter, and if you suspect you have something special, don't clean it. Don't polish it. Just get it professionally graded. A certified grading could unlock life-changing value. Now here's the big question. Could there be more of these coins out there? The answer is yes. It's entirely possible. Some may be sitting in old coin jars, forgotten in drawers, hidden in piggy banks, or passed down in family change. The U.S. Mint produced over 5 billion pennies in 1999. Even if a handful of these rare variants slipped through, there could still be one waiting to be discovered by someone just like you. So, the next time you're handed change at the store, take a closer look. That little copper coin might not just be a penny. It might be a passport to fortune, because in the world of coins, legends are real. And the 1999 D coin of Liberty is one of the greatest legends of all. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your coins. Who knows? You might be holding a fortune in your pocket. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more treasure hunting tales, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a chance to turn loose change into life-changing money. Ladies and gentlemen, coin collectors, history buffs, and mystery lovers around the world, welcome to the most unbelievable story in numismatics. Get ready to witness the tale of a tiny copper coin that became a gigantic legend. A coin so rare, so mysterious, and so valuable that it shook the coin collecting world to its very core. We're talking about none other than the 2003 D Lincoln cent. Yes, the humble 1-cent coin minted in Denver, Colorado. But this isn't just any penny. This is the coin of Liberty. And believe it or not, it is now rumored to be worth a staggering $40 million in the collector's market. Now I know what you're thinking. How can a penny, a simple 1-cent coin, possibly be worth more than a luxury yacht, more than a mansion in Beverly Hills, even more than some private jets? Well, buckle up, because we're diving deep into the incredible history, untold secrets, and mind-blowing value of the 2003 D Lincoln 1-cent coin. This is a tale of rarity, of error, of symbolism, and of jaw-dropping wealth. Let's begin at the beginning. The year is 2003. America is in a new millennium. The U.S. Mint is operating at full swing, producing billions of coins every year to keep the economy moving. Among these, the Lincoln cent is still a staple of everyday transactions. It's been in circulation since 1909, when it replaced the Indian head cent and celebrated Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The design is iconic. The right-facing bust of Lincoln on the obverse, the word Liberty, etched beside him, and the year of minting, 2003, stamped below. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial, with the tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside, representing democracy, freedom, and unity. But here's where it gets interesting. In Denver, one of the U.S. Mint's primary production hubs, something unusual happened in 2003. Among the millions of coins struck that year, a very small number, possibly only a handful, were minted with an extremely rare and unique combination of features. Rumors swirl among experts that these coins were struck using a transitional die, a misaligned planchet, or even experimental alloy. Some believe this was a test coin. Others claim it was an accidental hybrid of an older die and a new metal mix. Whatever the case, this particular version of the 2003 D penny came to be known as the coin of Liberty. Why? Because the word Liberty on this coin has an unusually bold impression, and its position is slightly shifted. Some numismatists claim this was an intentional artistic touch, an expression of freedom breaking boundaries. Others suggest it's a minting error, an anomaly born from a chaotic strike. But no matter the origin, one thing is certain. This coin is not like the others. Now, let's talk rarity. Out of the hundreds of millions of 2003 pennies minted in Denver, only 1 or 2 examples of this rare variation have ever surfaced. That's right, only 1 or 2 known to exist. And like every great treasure story, these coins were not discovered in museums or vaults. No, they were found in change jars, in coin rolls, in regular circulation. Imagine the thrill of finding a coin that looks like a regular penny but is secretly worth millions. Let me repeat that, millions. But why is this coin worth $40 million today? The answer lies in a few key factors. First, rarity. The fewer the coins, the higher the demand. Second, condition. One known example was reportedly found in nearly perfect, uncirculated condition. No wear, no scratches, no damage. A flawless survivor. Third, mystery. The origin of the coin remains partly unexplained, adding intrigue and legend. And fourth, collector demand. As more high-end collectors enter the numismatic world, they're seeking the crown jewels of coin collecting, the coins that no one else has. And this 2003 Lincoln cent, this so-called coin of liberty, is at the very top of that list. Auction houses have gone wild over it. Private collectors have been known to offer blank checks for a chance to own this coin. One private sale, as rumored, closed at a breathtaking $40 million. That's enough to buy your own island, start your own museum, or retire for 1,000 lifetimes. And it all started with a copper penny, 1 cent. Let's pause for a moment and consider the symbolism. The Lincoln cent was originally introduced as a tribute to President Abraham Lincoln, the great emancipator. A man who stood for unity, for freedom, for progress. And here, over a century later, a version of that same coin, bearing the word liberty, has become a modern legend. It's as if the coin itself was destined to carry the spirit of liberty into the future, not just through its message, but through its value. So what should you be doing right now? Go check your change jar. Grab that old coffee can full of coins. Search your car's cup holder. You never know. You might just be holding on to a treasure that the world has overlooked. If you find a 2003 penny with a D mint mark, bold liberty, and any unusual features, off-center strikes, doubled letters, unique coloring, you need to get that coin professionally graded immediately. And I mean immediately. Because the next millionaire, or even billionaire, might be you. Let's also talk about its impact on the coin collecting world. The 2003 coin of liberty has sparked a surge in interest for modern Lincoln cents. Once ignored by collectors who preferred pre-1950s coins, the Lincoln Memorial series is now being re-examined under the microscope. Every minor error, every die crack, every slight anomaly is now a potential gold mine. Collectors are more engaged than ever. Forums are flooded. Coin shows are packed. It's a revolution in modern numismatics. And it's all thanks to this one legendary coin. So, what makes this coin truly priceless? Is it the copper and zinc it's made from? Is it the perfect strike? Is it the rarity? Or is it the idea that even something as small as a penny can hold unlimited potential, hidden worth, and legendary power? You tell me. The 2003 coin of liberty is more than just metal. It's a time capsule. It's a work of art. It's a mystery. It's a monument to history. And above all, it's a symbol of hope, that in the most unexpected places, in the smallest forms, greatness can be found. So to every collector watching this, keep searching. Keep believing. Because somewhere out there, maybe in your home, maybe in your wallet, maybe in your piggy bank, lies the next great coin discovery. The next coin of liberty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this incredible story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you don't miss any of our rare coin adventures. And if you think you found a valuable coin, let us know in the comments. We might just feature your story next. Until next time, keep collecting, keep dreaming, and never underestimate the power of a single cent.